everyone, my name is Jenny and this is my channel, Callie Jenny's Crafty Stitching. In today's video we are continuing with our Stitch and Chat series, which I think is now number 33, and we are going to continue working on this beautiful kit called Dragon Eye by the company WATTOBIZZ. All the information for that will be linked down below, and welcome. If you are new, I hope you will enjoy this video. Check out my playlist. I do everything primarily cross-stitch related. I do unboxings. I do my monthly floss too. Got a lot going on, so be sure to check that out if you are new. And if you are returning, welcome back, my friends. Thank you so much for coming and hanging out with me again. And let's get to stitching. All right, let me get this picture out of the way. As always, we will go over our comments from the last one towards the end. And again, for all of you who do prefer the longer cross stitches or stitch alongs, I apologize, but for a while at least, I'm going to need to keep these a little bit shorter. So we'll probably be looking at about 30-35 minutes. And I apologize for any noise you may hear in the background. It is kind of noisy in my neighborhood this morning. And I should say, as I am starting this, it is Saturday, May 24th. It is Memorial Weekend here in the U.S. So that means I do have a 3-day weekend. It is 10 o'clock in the morning. We are going to be starting at least on these red vertical lines here. And then possibly move on to different ones, but let's go ahead and start with these because I already have it stitched, or I already have the floss ready to go. I am of course doing this on my nerd stand as always, and I do have my real classy setup going again, where I have the legs of the nerds that are closest to me tilted up with a couple of books underneath, just to try to give you the best possible viewing of the stitches. So hopefully that works out well for you. All right, sorry, noisy car going by. So do let me know how you all are doing. Any fun plans? Do you guys also have a long weekend going on this weekend? I know as you see this, it will be, well, if you watch it when the day it comes out, it will be Sunday for you. Otherwise, it could be any day. Do let me know what y'all are up to, what you all are stitching on, diamond painting, latch hook, paint by number, whatever you enjoy doing. And maybe you enjoy doing all of those. Let me know what you're working on. Or I know sometimes for me, I'll even listen to some of my favorite channels while I'm driving to work. Just to have a friend in the car with me. So yeah, let me know. And just a reminder, in case you missed the last stitch along, I'm not currently going to be adding progress pictures of everybody's to the end of the video just for time's sake. But if you are not already part of the Facebook group and you would like to be able to share your progress whips and see everybody else's, be sure to go over there and join and share all your whips and see what everybody else has got going on. All that information, of course, will always be in the box below. So yeah, after I filmed this video, we are actually going to be heading up to the kids in Big Bear, which is up in the mountains north of us. It'll take us probably about an hour and a half to get there. But it's absolutely gorgeous. It is so beautiful up there, and they have such beautiful views. I will try to remember while I'm up there to take some pictures and include them for you Probably in the next stitch along. Next weekend will possibly be the monthly floss tube. I'm not sure yet if it'll be next weekend or the weekend after. But I will probably include the pictures again as long as I remember to take them in the next stitch along, because the floss tubes are already pretty long with everything I now have going on. And if you haven't watched any of those floss tubes yet, be sure to check those out, because I do show you all my progress from the month before, how far I got. I've really done a great job on my house calendar whip at the beginning of the year, or I'm not sure if it was the beginning of the year or the end of last year. I had said my plans for that one was to try to do each month in its month, and so far I've managed to do that. So, little spoiler for the floss tube, I did manage it again. I actually finished up May's last night while sitting here watching TV. So I've been using that one as my work piece that I have at work. So for this next week, I will take something else. Haven't quite decided what I want that to be yet. It'll probably be another smaller project though, and one that I am probably already working on just to get a little bit more work in on my current whips. I know in the month of June, I will have the new Stitch Quarterly coming out. So I really need to get busy on my last one, the Springtime Blooms. I mean, I have gotten a lot done, but I feel like, when did that one come out? March? But I didn't get it till almost the end of March. So I don't think I actually started it till April. And I feel like this one has a lot more stitches in it than they typically do. And I could be wrong. It could just be me. There. Almost tried to get a knot there. So I'm not sure if I'm going to be able to get this one finished by the time the next one arrives, but I'm going to try. If not, I'll probably try to work on them both simultaneously so I don't get behind on the other one as well. But we'll see what happens. I can say that the last one, the last Stitch Quarterly kit I got came with a piece of even weave fabric by Fabric Flare. I think it's like a pale gray gingham it's called. Let me make sure we can see what I'm doing here. Yeah, okay. Let me adjust this just a little bit. All right. Anyway, I'm so glad that they did that. I can say when I first opened that package, I was like, oh no. I don't know if I'm going to be able to stitch this on this fabric. But I gave it a shot and discovered that it is now one of my favorites. Absolutely love that 25 count even weave. Now, I'm starting to get even a little more venturesome in what I plan on trying. But that's just going to be a little teaser. I will go over that more in the next floss tube and tell you what I am talking about. So do stay tuned for that. I think that'll be very, very interesting and fun. Fingers crossed. But yeah, that's pretty exciting. And I do definitely going to have some haul to share again in that next floss tube. And for all of you who are a part of my YouTube channel, thank you again for always going on there and sharing all your stuff with me. I always love seeing what you all are working on. So fun. And if you have stash, new stash you've gotten, please, please feel free to share that too. I love stash. I can never get enough stash, though my wallet says I can. Let me know if yours says the same thing. Okay, let me see how many more of these we've got. As always, this WATTOBIZZ kit is a real joy to work on. I know some of you are working on it and agree. Everything it's just so nice. Such good quality kits, and I know she continues, Sandy over at WATTOBIZZ just continues to try to improve and make things nicer and better. And which is just amazing to me because I personally have enjoyed everything I've gotten from the get-go. Never felt the need for improvement. And yet she still somehow manages to continue to make it better and better. Such a sweet lady. One of these days, I'll probably just have to do a video just on all my WATTOBIZZ kits, even though I always share them with you when I get them. And in fact, my April cross-stitch auctions just showed up. So I will be sharing those with you. Just to remind you or let you know if you are new and don't know this, Sandy does do a cross-stitch kit, or not kit, well, yeah, cross-stitch kit auction at the beginning, first weekend of every month. And if you win any of those, if you win, those are all one of a kind. So you will not find those on her store to purchase. They are all one of a kind. Now, sometimes she might do similar ones, especially for very popular images. She'll do similar, but they will not be exactly the same. Be sure to check that out. And for all of you multi-crafters out there, it's not just cross-stitch. She has cross-stitch kits. She has cross-stitch PDF patterns, but she also has diamond painting. So if that is also your jam, be sure to check out all parts of her store there on her website, because she has a lot and her artwork is just gorgeous. So anyway, I did get my April auctions. There were 2. So I will do an unboxing of those for you. I'm not sure if I might just do one at a time just because to keep the videos a little bit on the shorter side. We'll see how long it takes. So I do still have my 4 coming from the auction in here in May. So of course I will share those too. But anyway, as I was saying and lost track, like I do, at some point I might do a video just on my WATTOBIZZ collection that I've gotten so far, because I do have a good amount now. And for anybody who hasn't seen all the unboxings, or we quickly forget, what all we've seen, I might do at some point a video just for all my WATTOBIZZ kits. Uh-oh. I think I went through a knot. Oh, there we go. Okay. Let me know if you'd like to see those. I also still plan on doing a video of all my diamond painting stash. I know that's a little bit different from the cross stitch, but it's really not all that different. And for anybody newer and doesn't know, that was actually what started it all for me. I was actually doing diamond painting And then I just happened to read somewhere that diamond painting was actually derived from cross stitch. That's where the idea came from, which makes sense because their color scheme, especially on the better brands, go by the DMC color code. So it's kind of like cross stitch, but instead of stitching, you're sticking. No stitching, but sticking. You're just sticking the little gems. Oop, lost my thread. No, I didn't. Where am I? Lost my mind. That's why I lost, not my thread. Not sure what I did there, but let's try that again. Oh, I lost my train of thought because that threw me off. But yeah, it all started with diamond painting for me. I still love both. I have a lot of very, very beautiful diamond painting kits, mostly from Diamond Art Club, a couple from Dreamer Design. Probably would have had more from Dreamer Design, except that after I bought those couple is when I discovered cross stitch, because again, I was reading about it and discovered that that's where it got its start. So of course that piqued my interest. I looked up some YouTube videos and here we are. And now I have so many cross stitch kits and patterns, because I again do love to do both stamped and counted. And I know I have way more than I could ever get done in my lifetime that I have left. Probably way more than anyone could get done in their lifetime, regardless of how much time they have left, because I do have a lot. And just a reminder too, we're going to have that giveaway coming up for that gorgeous project bag with the matching Notion bag. Remember to go watch that floss tube. I think it was, can't remember if it was floss tube 9 or 10. One of those, it's the one where I had announced the winners for the 500 subscribers / Stitchy family. In that video, I announced another giveaway, so be sure to check that out if you haven't, if you would like to participate in that, because the comment needs to be included in that video, because that's where I'm going to pull all the information from. So I'm not trying to pull it from multiple videos. And I will probably announce the winner of that. It'll be in the middle of June. I know the weekend of June 20th, 21st, I will be going on my trip to the East Coast for a week. So I'll probably announce the winner of that the weekend before I go. So whatever date that is. I really need to nail that date down, but it'll be the weekend before the 20th of June. But I probably won't get a chance to mail it out to the winner until I get back from my trip. Because again, for anybody that's new, the post I can only go to the post office on the weekends because of my hours that I work Monday through Friday. And on the weekend, it's only opened Saturday for 3 hours, 10 to 1. That's it. And what really stinks about that is because they're only open for 3 hours on Saturday for the weekend, it's very, very busy. When I went to the last time, I stood in line for almost an hour to mail a couple of packages. Just crazy. So, sure, I will not be able to mail that out to the winner until I get back from my trip. But the winner will be announced prior to my going. So make sure you check that out and participate if you are interested in that project bag from Katie, one of our friends here. Absolutely gorgeous. She made them herself. It's absolutely beautiful. Thank you again, Katie, for sending both those to me. I appreciate you so much. Okay, pretty soon here we are going to do our readings of everybody's comments. I don't think there's a whole lot of them though, so that shouldn't take too long. Then I have to finish getting my overnight bag together for our trip up to Big Bear. Let's see if we can still see here. Yeah, we can see these. And of course deciding what stitchies I'm taking with me, because of course got to have options, right? Normally on the weekends I try to at least work a bit on my Merry Mushroom Village Picnic and Long Dog Samplers Saga. And I probably still will, but it's not gonna, today's gonna be, and possibly tomorrow's probably gonna be out of the question actually, because we just got so much going on. I'll probably be sticking more to the smaller projects that I have, just because it's easier. But who knows, maybe get some done. I might get some done still tomorrow later in the day. Well, for you it'll be today. If you're watching this on Sunday when this releases. But I do have a 3-day weekend, so I do have Monday off, so that will give me a little bit of extra stitchy time, so that's always wonderful. I absolutely adore Merry Mushroom Village Picnic, and I so want to see it completed one day. I don't know how many years it'll take me, especially at my current progress. I really hope I live long enough to finish it. But it is very slow going for me because there is so much confetti, so much color changes. I mean, just that small section that I have done in that upper left corner, the back of that looks like a carpet just because of all the color changes. It is so thick and dense, which just really slows down the whole process. It does take a bit of the fun away from the stitching when you're having to constantly, seems like you spend more time threading your needle with different floss than you actual stitching. But I love this kit or this piece of art so much. I definitely want to see it finished. All right, let's see. Do I want to go here or down here? I think I'm going to go down here. Hopefully I got enough thread left because this thread is starting to get short. And I keep trying to not confuse myself because we have these sideways little red slashes and then we have these straight up and down. And we're supposed to be doing the straight up and down right now. So hopefully I have not messed up. Be sure to let me know if I did and you saw it. The chances of me actually pulling it out and redoing it, though, are not very good. I've got a couple of mess-ups on my house calendar. I don't think they're really obvious. One of them might be. I'm going to try to remember to point them out when I do my floss tube and show you guys. But I'm probably not going to pull it out and redo it, because I can live with it as it is. Some things might bother me, but that's not, neither of those mistakes are ones that will. So we are fine. All right, let me get this. This thread is getting very short. Try to finish it before I do the reading of the comments, and then try to do the pin stitch. Now, for me, and it's probably because my hands aren't very strong anymore, the pin stitch can be very difficult for me on a stamped canvas just because it's stiffer because of the ink. Absolutely worth it though, because obviously you're not having to count, so stamped is a much easier kit to work on. Yeah, see if we can finish this last stitch, because look at this, is getting too short. All right, let me try to finish this last stitch here, and then we're going to do the pin stitch to finish it off, and then we'll read our comments. Okay, hopefully I'm not calling it too short, because this is getting very short. Okay, now this might take 2 hands. Try to get it back through the, oop. There. Then we'll go up one more time over here. So that way when we stitch this section, it will stitch right over this tail that's going to be underneath. And we should be good. I just recently did a very quick video on how I separate my threads for the needle, which is so quick and easy. I know when I saw it, it was an absolute game changer. All of you may already do it or be aware, but if not, be sure to check that out in my playlist because literally it takes me 1 second to maybe 2 seconds to separate my thread. It's just so wonderful. All right, let's go ahead and read our comments from our last stitch and chat. You pull this back up. Funny, my tablet doesn't recognize me for the face recognition, sometimes with my reading glasses on. Well, all right, so Hoodlums times 4. She also has a channel here on YouTube. I have, by the way, started including, instead of just including the channel names of stitchers that, or floss tube channels that I watch, or mention during a video. Boy, my brain is so far gone right now. Instead of just including the names of channels that I mention in my video in the description box down below, I've decided just to start including a list of channels that I watch. So if you are like me, especially early in my journey here, and you're looking for more floss tube channels that you would like to watch, I decided I would just start including all the ones I watch in my description boxes down below. So that way you can just click on them and see if those are channels you would be interested in watching as well. So I will do that as long as they do not get irritated, just because I think when I include those, it sends them a message every time I load a video, because I have their channel name in that description box. If at some point, they do request that I not, because they get tired of getting that message, then what I might try doing instead is just taking the little @ symbol off so you can see who they are without them getting messaged every time. So anyway, so Hoodlums times 4, she does have a channel as well. She said, I quit scheduling what I want to stitch, as when it comes to stitching it, comes time to stitching it, I don't want to. I understand that. So understand that. So I leave a couple that I want to work on by my chair, and when I don't feel like stitching on them, I switch it out. I love that you added the links to the channel you watch. I see some new ones I haven't seen before. Thank you. You are so welcome, and I feel like I need to, I'm not sure if I got you added yet, Hoodlums. If not, I absolutely will. Chris Cross Stitches said, hi Jenny, I think 30 minutes is good. I agree that there are so many to watch and you need time to do it too. I wouldn't worry about editing on the stitch and chats. Love the dragon style. Happy stitching. Thank you so much, Chris. I appreciate that. I do love that dragon style as well. And thank you so much for the support of the changes here, especially in time management. I appreciate it. Crafty Pet Mom 4593 said, hello Jenny, I'm fine with whatever canvas you want to work on. I'm usually stitching along with you. Dragon's Eye is such a great canvas. I love it. I'm glad you finally had your tooth removed. I remember having a very painful wisdom tooth that came in sideways. I had braces at the time, so the pressure was terrible. I can't even imagine. So I believed he stitched up and gave me pain meds, but I don't remember using them. Swelling was very bad for a while after the removal. Looked like a chipmunk with a full cheek. Thanks for the video. You are so welcome, my friend. And if anybody missed it, let's see, this coming Tuesday will be 2 weeks. I had a wisdom tooth removed in my lower jaw. And that first night was hideous, absolutely hideous. And I'm still babying it. So we're at a week and a half later. So there you go. Soul Stitches said, hi Jenny, thanks for another enjoyable video. I worked along with you on my European town. I'm just so obsessed with it. I can't think about working on anything else, even though I have plenty to choose from. That is an absolute beautiful, beautiful kit. I love that one as well. Sounds as though the tooth extraction was a bit of an ordeal. I'm glad for you that's behind you now. Ooh, so am I, my friend. So am I. Can't wait for your Wednesday video because of the little teaser. Whatever can it be, I wonder. And by now, most of you, if you wanted to watch it, you have probably. And you will have found out that I had accidentally, I was so excited to see a couple of Yishu kits that were 14 count. I don't remember ever having seen that, so I jumped right on it. Of course, they were very colorful, which I love very colorful kits, and ordered it. And lo and behold, as I'm doing the unboxing in front of all of you, because that's how I do it, I open it up with you, I've discovered that they were counted. To say I was surprised is an understatement. But I did, just as a spoiler, that really colorful one that I mentioned in that video is the one who really started that order for me because it's so beautiful, so many colors. I did go ahead and start it just because I am concerned about the number of colors. There are only 38 colors in both those kits. So I decided to go ahead and start the more colorful one in that upper corner with the tree. So you guys will be able to see how that's going to turn out with only 38 colors, so you can be well informed. All right. Let's see. Soul Stitches went on to say, I think you should just forget editing. I do love a good blooper. Yeah, I don't mind the bloopers. I love a good blooper too. I just try to make sure there's no like long pauses. Maybe I got distracted or had to walk away for a minute. And that's what I try to edit out. So you guys aren't saying, oh, where did she go? It got quiet. Okay. Happy stitching on your beautiful project, Margaret. Thank you so much, Margaret. I adore you. Amanda's Crafty Corner also has a channel on here. Says, I'm happy with however long you want to make the videos. Thank you so much, my friend. I know that you completely understand. I so appreciate you. Michelle Hassan 1326 said, good evening. I'm watching on. Let's see. This is Tuesday around 5:30, and I do enjoy listening and watching you stitch. I am working on this dragon eye as well. Well, do let me know how yours is going, Michelle. Would love to see how far along that you have gotten. I can't say that I've gotten really far, but you know, I'm getting somewhere. Daphne Chamberlain 7225 said, hope you are having a great weekend. I am okay with you putting my channel info in every video. Thank you for keeping me company while I worked on Eskimo Kisses by BDL Cross Stitch Emporium. I gotta go see what that one is. I feel like I did, but now I've forgotten because that's how my brain is. Daphne also has a channel on here as well. Amanda from Amanda's Crafty Corner also said, she got all 4 of her wisdom teeth taken out after prom. Took 2 weeks to recover as she wound up getting infected. Oof. Wasn't in pain. Well, thankful for that, but it did take forever to heal. I think her tonsils were worse because she had to sleep on the couch. Should have taken 2 weeks off rather than 1. Girl, if I had to have 4 wisdom teeth taken out, I probably wouldn't have left bed. I honestly, I have no words. I can't imagine. I don't think I would cope well. So good for you. She also said, finally working on a cross stitch while watching you. That's because she's often doing other things. And I know exactly what you mean, Amanda. I'll catch up on videos while washing dishes, while cleaning, you name it. While driving to work, driving home. Because I don't want to miss anything. Time is so difficult for me, but I want to see everything. I want to hear everything. I don't want to miss out. Anyway, so went to a family barbecue. She had a 3-day weekend, I believe, last weekend for Victoria Day. Said Monday, if it doesn't rain, she was going to take her little man to the park. So hope that all went very well. And that, I believe, is our comments for the last one. And we are already at, 35 minutes. So unfortunately, it is time to wrap this up. I hope you all enjoyed this video. Thank you so much for always stopping by and hanging out with me. I love you guys. You guys mean the world to me. This is truly the absolute best community ever. Full of kind and helpful people. Always great tips. You guys are just all so awesome. Anyway, so I hope you all have yourself, as always, a very safe week, a very blessed week, always. I love you guys. You know that. I will see you in the next one, and it is time to get stitchy with it. Bye-bye.